Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Sandra and this is Beyond Tech Absolutely, a place for understanding tech and creating exciting narratives around it. If this is your first time, welcome, and don't forget to share, like and subscribe. In today's video I'm going to be talking to you about how I applied for a job in Zimbabwe and didn't get it because I'm a woman in the IT sector. I know it's a little bit of a sexist kind of topic, but I just have to say it because someone emailed me and asked me, how do you handle being in the male-dominated industry? So if there's something that you'd want to watch, stay tuned. So I'm going to tell you about a story of what happened to me about 3 years ago. Yeah, I applied for a job in Zimbabwe. I don't know which side the company called me from because I would send to different platforms, classifieds, recruitment agencies, the newspaper, emails. So this company called me, right? So very it's a Zimbabwean company. They actually have branches as well in Zambia, and they do something different, but they also wanted to major into software development. So hence they were looking for a person who could work and manage that department. So they called me up for an interview. I did the interview. The interview was okay. The first interview, I was interviewed by the head of IT and the CIO and the HR. It was an easy interview. I was interacting with them and I would ask questions. They asked me questions. I managed to answer all of the questions. Then they called me for a second interview. So the second interview was mostly practical. So I managed to do that because that's basically what I do anyway. So I did that. So they told me I was shortlisted, and the next step, they said they'll call me back. So they did call me. I think 4 days later they did call me and they told me I got the job. They told me about the package. I was happy about it because when they had asked me what kind of salary are you looking for, I had given them a range of the amount that I wanted, but I think the package was maybe plus 20% of the highest range I'd given. So I was like, oh, okay, great, good paying company, right? And they also had other things like the company car, different perks, you know. So I was like very happy, very excited. So I told them, okay, can I take a look at the contract so that I can go through it and then can sign it? Then they told me they do not send contracts via email. I have to come into the office to go through it, read it, leave it, think about it, come back, you know. I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. So I went to the office and they saw the contract. The contract was okay, just basic, you know, your normal working hours, the duties that are not specified. I'm supposed to work maybe overtime and weekends during some projects, but it was just a generic contract which anyone else can just sign and be happy with. Okay, the benefits were there, clearly stated. There was medical aid, funeral cover, vacation packages, my holiday days. I then said, okay, I'm happy with the contract. How do I sign? They said, no, you cannot sign the contract today because I think it was mid-month. They wanted me to sign until I had submitted a police report. Yeah, until I've submitted a police clearance report. So they said once I'm happy with the contract, I can go ahead and do a police report clearance, and then I submit with the police report clearance. I was like, okay, cool. So I did go do my police report. Took a couple of days and then I had it. And when I went back, I was supposed to have a meeting with the CEO of the company, right? So I thought the CEO of the company would, you know, just welcome me and just talk to me and then, you know, just see if I like the company, see his vision. Me, I also thought, okay, you know, how we can best relate to each other, right? So I went there. The CEO was in a meeting, so I had to wait. I was a bit early, so I had to wait for him to get out of the meeting. So he's like, okay, you can come through. So I went through, and he told me about his trip that he needed to do in the next couple of hours. So I'm here thinking, okay, just wrap it up. So I signed the contract. I'm happy to join the organization. And then he's like, no, unfortunately, I can't hire you. And I'm like, okay, may I please know why? He then said, no, because he just doesn't think I'm the right person for the job. He felt like the job was supposed to be having a male figure because the IT sector is male dominated. He doesn't feel like I'm that person who could handle. Then he said, no, he just feels it. He doesn't feel it in my presence, that I can command my presence, because you're just this sweet, bubbly person who just came in and said, hi, how are you? So he just feels like I'm not the person for the job. And that's how I didn't get the job, because I'm bubbly. I'm a woman. Even if I know the job, even if I know the task, like he didn't even think, okay, you can be working under a particular person. And I just felt like I think it then affected me, because I think the next interview I went, I asked them like, how do you feel about me as a woman working in the IT sector? And they were even shocked, like, what? You're already a woman, we already like you, why would you ask something like that? But I think it came from that part. I also didn't get that because they felt like I'm not confident being a woman, which I am, but I feel like, you know, that circumstance or that issue had actually affected me. But yeah, that's how I didn't get a job. I just didn't get it because I was a woman. I have since met the CEO in some conferences, some events. I wanted to share with you about my road and my journey on being in the IT sector as a woman. That is the story. I hope you liked it, and the good thing is I'm still alive. I didn't die as a woman. I'm still in the IT sector. The company is still sure they are okay with, you know, the males there. So it's not something that you should take to heart or something that you should be like, oh, I'm a woman, you're a failure. No. If you watched my video about the mother of invention, it talks about feminism and how women actually came up to be the people who have impacted in innovation. I also feel like people just say anything at a certain moment, because probably if I'm to ask him now, like, did you really mean it? He might change his mind. He might still stand with the same vision. So it's not a matter of just undertaking what a person says about you or a certain particular situation and putting it to heart. I learned that a hard way, and I'm still making strides in the IT sector. I'm here talking about IT. Yeah, I'm meeting a lot of wonderful women in the IT sector in Zimbabwe. A lot of organizations promoting women in IT, a lot of empowerment. Just something that I wanted to share with you. And do let me know your experiences as a woman in the IT sector. See you next time. Goodbye.